Today I'm going to do an experiment I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to make a homemade pot pie. We'll see how this turns out. I'll let you decide. Not many ingredients. I'm going to use the Progressive pot pie soup that I like so much. I'm going to reduce it down a little bit, more about that in a minute. And I'm going to use some puff pastry sheets for the bottom and the top. We're going to use a couple of ramekins to cook it in. These are pots that can go in the microwave, in the oven, or the refrigerator. I'll provide a link in the description where you can get these. They work really well. I'm going to pour the 2 cans of soup into a pot, and we're going to reduce it down probably about 20 or 30%. Bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat down to a simmer, and we're going to keep stirring it every once in a while just so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. I really love this soup, and I figured it would make a great pot pie. So again, you see how it's reduced down a whole lot. And I turned it down to a simmer. Kept stirring every 4 or 5 minutes is all. So while that's going on, we're going to cut the puff pastries. I'm going to use a pizza cutter and cut about an inch bigger, maybe a ½ inch bigger than the ramekin itself. Make a nice circle. I'm going to save that for the bottom. Then we're going to do the other one. Once we've got all that done, I'm going to put the pieces to make a bottom. I could have made a sides, but it seemed like a lot of work for me, so I just made a bottom for it. Once I made the bottoms, I put them into the oven, 315 degrees, for about 10 minutes, just to get some color in them, just start browning them. I'll show you what they look like here. I could have maybe gone a little bit longer on them, but I didn't want to overdo them and have them too burnt on the bottom. So once the soup is reduced down, I let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes to cool a little bit. Well, that ramekin's still a little hot, so I grabbed my Ove Glove. I've got links in the description for those. Then I just spoon the soup into the ramekin on top of the puff pastry on the bottom. I really love this soup. It's great soup. So I figured it should work pretty good for this. So then I'm going to take the puff pastry and put it on the top. Then I did what was a total time waster. This is the first time I've used puff pastry. And I did crimp the edges on it really pretty. It don't matter because it's just going to puff up past those, so you can just put them on there. I did leave a little bit hanging off the edge just because I like the crust on my pot pies. So I did a little egg wash with just a splash of milk and brushed it on top. It helps it brown up a little better. Again, just 1 egg with a splash of milk in it. Then I'm going to take a knife, cut some slits in the top. Once you finish cooking these, you won't be able to see the slots, but it did help it keep from boiling over. Put them back in the same oven, and I cooked them for about 15 minutes. Cook them until the top's as crusty as you like. Don't forget your Ove Gloves. So this is how they turned out. If you had smell-o-vision, these would be amazing. They really turned out a little better than I thought they would. The top is nice and crispy. And that soup as the filling works out really well. It tasted great. And now for the rating system. We have 4 categories, 1 being a lazy chef, 5 being a full home chef, for a total of up to 20 points. Prep time is a 2x. The longest thing is reducing the soup down. Number of ingredients, it's 1. It's just a couple of ingredients. Unique ingredients, I'm going to call it a 2x because of the puff pastry. Unique equipment, it's a 2x because of the ramekin. For a total of 7x. Pretty easy and really tasty. If you could, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Make sure to click the bell so you get notified every Thursday at noon when we have a new recipe come out. Let me know if you try it. Thanks.